I am talking to Christopher Badell from Greater Than Games.
Absolutely.
The creators of Sentinels of the Multiverse, the very first and original superhero card game. And Christopher, I'm wondering, you guys are, how did I start this off last time when I screwed it up?
I thought we were going to admit to that.
No, it's okay. People are used to me making screw ups. So tell me, how's things going with Greater Than Games?
Things are great. Things are wonderful. We've had a big, busy last year. Since we talked at Gen Con last year, we've since then released another expansion for our Sentinels of the Multiverse game called Shattered Timelines, which is a great culmination point for us of a lot of storylines we've been setting up since day one, and it's been really good to see how people have been reacting to it. We've revealed one hero who used to be a villain, we revealed one villain who used to be a hero, and people went crazy about that, and that's what we wanted to do, because those are stories we've had since day one, and so it's great to see that. And that's from a kind of a story standpoint and from the things that we're making standpoint. For the things we're doing as a company standpoint, things are getting bigger and bigger every day. We're going to a lot of conventions. Last year we went to more conventions than we thought we could handle, and this year we're going to about twice as many. We're doing Origins and Gen Con and both of the PAXs, including this summer we'll be going to Australia for PAX Australia, so that's huge. Last year we went to our first Essen, and that was great. We were very well received there. We didn't expect it. We thought it would be kind of a bust. We weren't really sure. It was a huge pain, and yet it turned out to be really great. So
that is really cool. I mean, you guys are going all over the world now.
Absolutely.
It's great to see, a small company get a lot more attention. The game deserves the attention that it's getting. And you're going to Australia?
Yeah, no kidding. That's gonna be great. And we had a ton of Australian fans, because every time we do a Kickstarter, it kicks us in the butt, because we are like, okay, and we have how many Australian backers, and it costs how much to ship there for each one? Okay, that's fine. We took a big number hit in shipping on our last two Kickstarters, mostly because of Australia, but we're also super excited about how many people there are really into the game and are excited about it. And so the fact that we're getting to go there and we're going to meet a lot of those people is huge to us, because the thing that we love, we've had a rough last couple of weeks just because we moved from one warehouse to another, and we're in development for a couple of big things, and we're moving on those, and Adam and the artist and I we're like, okay, we're here for this con, and it's going to be a convention, it'll be good. Oh no, it's great. It's replenishing all of our energy. People coming up and we're like, oh, can we sell you this game? I'm like, no, I already own everything you've made, and I love it. It's like, okay, thank you very much. That does go a long way in a designer's ego. So
that's great. You mentioned Kickstarter. You guys recently had a successful Kickstarter, and tell me about that.
That was for Galactic Strike Force. It's a cooperative game like Sentinels, but unlike Sentinels in pretty much every other way. It's got some deck building aspects. It's got some war game aspects. It's got a very heavy tactics feel to it. It is a space-based cooperative game in which everybody plays as a ship with a pilot, and you started out as a gambler or an assassin or a gun runner, some seedy underbelly member of the galaxy. And there is some terrible opposition force which is sweeping through the galaxy and doing all sorts of horrible things, and the people who should be doing something about it either can't or won't. And so you and your fellow members of the underbelly of the galaxy have to join forces together as a strike force and take it to the opposition. And you start out with these ships that are okay, but not great. And you've got to go fly around from sector to sector, buy upgrades. You're going to be upgrading your ship and putting new weapons and new defenses and new abilities on your ship. And you're also going to be learning new tricks, new ways to fly, and new ways to reroute energy in your ship. And that's the deck building and resource management part of the game.
Right.
And then you transition swiftly, quickly, almost before you're ready, into the battle part of the game, where you're taking these ships and flying them against opposition forces, and you've got a tactical battle scenario that's going on with these ships that you built in the first part of the game. It's really a blast. It's been a lot of fun, and it's probably not necessarily. I don't know what the appeal is going to be like until we see it on the market, but I know it's a much more in-depth sort of game than Sentinels. Like Sentinels, I can tell you, here's what you need to know to play your character. You play a card, you use a power, and you draw a card. That's your turn. I cannot do that for Galactic Strike Force. It's a lot more of a gamer's game.
Gotcha.
People are responding really well to it. We've got a play testing core of about 150 people, and they're really into it. So I like to see that.
Oh, great. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
So what's coming up next?
Well, besides Galactic Strike
Besides
Force, which is coming out this fall, we also have another expansion for Sentinels, the Multiverse, coming out this fall that is a different way to play Sentinels, because we're not willing to let anything alone. It's called Sentinels, the Multiverse Vengeance, and it is the villains getting their comeuppance they've been due since day one. It is you still play as the heroes, you're still playing in environments, but it's still, instead of facing a villain who is kind of reacting to you and you're reacting to them, you're facing a team of villains that are just as well matched to you, if not more so, and the odds are not good. It is a longer game, it is a harder game, but it is a very different sort of game, but playing with all the same components and mechanics that you're used to from Sentinels. So we're excited about how that's going. It's going very well. We're wrapping up development on that as well, and that'll have a release time very similar to Galactic Strike Force. So we'll have something for the Sentinels fans, and something a little different. And then this fall, we have some big plans to expand the Sentinels, the Multiverse, even more with some completely different products that I'm not going to go into in depth on right now, but we're very excited.
It is a multiverse.
It is a multiverse, and it's going to get even more multi. God, don't quote me on that. That's awful. I'm not using that as a tagline ever.
Well, Christopher, thank you very much for taking a few minutes to talk to me.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.